Hey people, Intro here to 53, Adventure Stronghold Blue Team. Dark Clown with a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat, great for capping and harassing, some powerful control. Alongside Noisy's Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support. And rounding off the team, Ligt with a Brother Captain, a very durable hero because your objects cannot be suppressed with powerful support and disruption fighting in melee. Red team, Adila's Ravena Alpha, a tunneling hero with great mobility, powerful offense, begins with a ranged weapon. Alongside, Swift with a Plague Champion, starts off with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair. And rounding off the teams, Dragonis with a Lord General begins with a retinue of Stormtroopers, although they've died already apparently. Very strong defense and support fighting in ranged combat. Getting back those Stormtrooper buddies, kicking off on the east side. Kind of 2v2, although it's only the Warlock here from the Eldar. Warlock has to run, and I don't think there's a way that Ligt can push back here. Stormtroopers are going to get shredded in a second. Once they start focusing them, there it is. Stormtroopers getting destroyed, need to get them out of there. Okay, they got away. I think Heretics were repairing the Sentinel, which is very, very naughty of them. 1-to-1 cap very early on. Lots of pressure. Can Noisy get a flank? Their Banshees are going west side actually, which has been pushed back by Adila. Have those natural power points right next to the VPs, which can be very difficult to hold. It was an intentional design of this map to be very, very frenetic with difficult to hold power points. And we often see that come about. You've got two Stormtroopers back now for the Lord General. Had to write letters home about the other two that died. Chasing through. Maybe can touch this power over here in the northeast. Nope, retreats off. The mid is red, thanks to the Plague Champions now getting shots on some Howling Banshees. West side with a tunnel, a decapped power. They didn't decap the VP though. Spore mines coming in. Can they get a detonation? They can't. Ravena Alpha with a very cheeky forward placed tunnel there, going to be taken down. Bunch of Chaos Space Marines show up with some Heretics and an aspiring champion. Swift rocking the Word Bearers DLC. And double CSM. Dark Clown with triple Guardians into a Shuriken. More Guardsmen for Dragonis. Ligt with some operatives on the way now. Shuriken should help push back this tide of red stuff. Ravena Alpha could maybe tunnel and then melee, but that'll be a little bit awkward to do. There's some Nurgle worship. Glorious Nurgle worship for the health regen. 467 to 497. Now starting to push back on the east side by the Ordo Malleus. The strike squad with the Tomes of Titan. Sentinel in the mid to get a decap. That's very risky, coming to decap alone with half hit points, but they're going to get away with it. Heretics looking for some melee. The Guardians are very much not looking for any melee. I think they're going to be alright. Warlock trying to disrupt there. Gets a good Destructor on those CSM. And a special attack. Can they take a model out? Doesn't have a huge amount of melee DPS by default. I think it's like 30, maybe not even that. But he's so mobile and so disruptive. And Destruct is pretty damn cool too. 450 to 497. Should be able to get this Warlock out of here with the CSM. I hear grenades. I'm not sure if they were on this east side. Do have some Catachan Devils on the field for Dragonis. The Stomp misses, I think. Oh, we got one Strat Squad fella. Here comes the Brother Captain running through. Popping We Are the Hammer for extra speed and damage resistance. Although he doesn't benefit from the speed himself unless he gets his fancier sword. Operative trying to get close. They use their flash on retreat to stun these guards. It doesn't stun them, it reduces their ranged offense. I think it just reduces their range, doesn't it? I don't think it lowers their damage or anything. It means they just can't shoot very well once they get all disorientated. Plague Champion leaves. Mid power point is turning blue. This is Dark Clown starting to push back on the west side. Starting to look at the power too. Oh, Ravena Alpha can now tunnel. indefinitely with the hardened carapace. Also gives health and energy regen, which is pretty useful. And there's the strike. Shuriken moving up though. They don't have rangers to spot this Ravener when he's burrowed. Another Shuriken here from Noisy, nicely placed to be very annoying for Adila. But Warlock is not getting involved though. It's because there's some chaos stuff right there. Shuriken's found the Ravener Alpha, who needs to burrow to get away. Generator's thrown up. Warp Spider Exarch barely gets away. Banshees have found the Ravener Brood. That would have been really nasty if those Raveners didn't retreat right then. Would have dropped at least a couple of models, I think. Destructor on the Heretics. Didn't hit quite perfectly. A Doom Blast and a run from those Heretics. Lots of blood all of a sudden over there. Banshees did okay, but they need to retreat now. Double CSM and Havocs. Havocs being tied up though for Swift by that Warlock. Was that Champion's Robe? It is. Champion's Robe is in for the Warlock. Gives him that energy depleting shield. East side. Operatives with their fallback plan. They can chuck those incendiary grenades. That's how they got that stun earlier. Or flashbang. Or flash grenade, I think they call it. Yeah, flash grenade. There's incendiary. And he ran in again to get the flash grenade off. No stomp, Mr. Sentinel. Maybe they used it already. Focusing damage on the Stormtroopers quite well. Can they do it again? They can. Stormtroopers are there and they're getting torn up. Really need to try and get the Strat Squad in sooner for some melee. The Sentinel Stomp is really well dodged actually by Ligt. But the Captain getting stuck in does have a 30 DPS power weapon, so could put some pressure on the heavy infantry armoured Sentinel. Good special attack there in amongst some guardsmen too. Catachans fighting back against the Strike Squad. It's not as easy to pick them out when they have this Cadian elite scheme. No bandanas to look out for. Banshee's yelling. Turn up to mess up the Catachans quite badly. They have the aspect of fleetness. 394 to 467. West side. Adila's on the power again. Double CSM with no upgrades, by the way. Upgraded the Heretics and did spend power on the Havocs, of course. Grenade. Gets a couple of models, but they're on the edge of the blast. 2-1 for the red team. Dark Clown having problems stabilizing on this west side. He's got triple shurikens up to try and help them do that. Adila does have double Raveners and a burrowing Ravener Alpha though, with Crippling Talon and the Toxic Miasma on the east side. I hear lots of shooting. Banshees bashing power. Oh, that's a nasty incendiary grenade. Holy crap. Set up by... Was it set up by a Stormtrooper grenade? I don't think so. They have energy still. Storm Operatives just got their energy back somehow. Sanctify, or was it the Strike Squad? I don't think it was a Strike Squad. It must have been Sanctify. And there's that flash grenade, which didn't seem to affect the Heretics there. That was weird. No melee for them on retreat either. Triple cap for the red team. Bloodletter's on the way for Swift. Plague Champion taking the mid. One thing I've recently noticed in the Plague Champion, which I have brought up to the modders to see if they can try and fix. If we look at all the other heroes, you see this Warp Spider, this red glow, or orange or whatever. Each of the factions have this glow around the hero, which is called a Nimbus, apparently. I don't know if that's just what the modders call it, or if it's referred to that in the files. You see, even the Brother Captain has it there. But not the Plague Champion. If you look at the Plague Champion, no glow whatsoever, just falling over dead there. Which is strange. I thought it was very strange. Apparently, because I remember him having some stink and stuff on him. But apparently it's just not for some reason it's not rendered in replays. If you play as the Plague Champion or see him in game, you can see the nurgly stink on him and all the flies and stuff. But if you see him in a replay, he just doesn't render any of that stuff, which can make him tough to find in a crowd. It really helps the heroes stand out, that Nimbus glow they have. The modders enlarging Cloud specifically is looking into it. I'm not sure if there's anything that can be done. Very strange that it's not shown in replays, and it is the same in retail. I've tested it. And in 11 years, I never noticed that it didn't show up in replays. Not very observant, eh? Interceptor squad on the way, or rather they are on the field. They're getting a Justicar for Ligt. Now Ligt, I think, is a Dutch word, but I imagine it also has a German translation. So I guess it's a German and Dutch word. Ogrins smashing some strike squad. It's got the captain on them. It might prompt him to get the halberd or the demon hammer. Heal going in there on the Ogrins, most likely from the medical sergeant of the Lord General's retinue. Can hand out medical packs. Ogrins doing an amazing job here. Holy crap. Interceptors in the back lines. And we've got Melter Gun, Lord General going on. And double plasma, a single plasma. And those plasma guns will be buffed by the Fight Harder. Increasing their rate of fire. West side. Trying to get their power back. That's Noisy's Howling Banshees. Tier 2 is quite late for Dark Clown, although Adila also quite late has dropped some Ravener Brood along the way, probably because I was rambling about the Plague Champion's lack of a Nimbus that I missed it. He should be gloriously stinky and covered in Nurgle flies, but he's not. The smoke effects in this game, because of all the alpha transparency and stuff, can wreck frame rates, but I don't think that's why Relic would have made this decision. I'm not sure if previous versions of the game it rendered in replays. I have no idea. Maybe it's just a Retribution thing. Tyrant Guard on the way for Adila, helping break through those Shuriken Cannon lines. Ogrins helping to get that power bashed. They even got it decapped. Hadachins with their grenade launcher there. Dragonis has managed this army quite well so far. Sentinel lives with a missile launcher now too. Here comes Noisy though. Banshees running in. They get a really good war shout, suppressing double guardsmen. Interceptors teleporting in with their Justicar means they will disrupt. That's Ethereal Slash from the Warlock, which means the Ogrins should probably leave. Yeah, get out of there, fellas. 71 DPS power melee and Ethereal Slash. Don't try to fight him. You have Heart of Darkness as well. Gives him energy back over time, helps him power this shield. 213 to 429 on the VPs. Choppy chop on the Bloodletters, but they're okay. Double CSM backing off. Swift might be in an awkward place here. Kind of the wrong side of these forces. Interceptors disrupt the crap out of them. That's a Guardian squad. Warlock fella running away. Can the CSM live? Getting chopped up pretty badly. Warlock trying to get into a place to use Ethereal Slash there, I think, on retreat, but couldn't quite manage it. Here we go. Almost wipes the CSM, does get the CSM. Yes, Swift was in a really bad place. They should have just got the hell out, back to the mid. Heretics also wiped, was a rough fight for Swift. Plague Champion gets away. Still does have 3 units, but blue team might be able to push off this. 205 to 429. They need the VPs too, don't they? It'll be very hard to hold 2-to-1 caps on this map. But the red team have done a decent job of it so far. Sentinel, you're okay, buddy. Getting chopped up by Strike Squad. And goes down. Just when I said it survived. Why did you curse it so? Dragonis had a really rough fight too. Holy crap, down to Ogrins and Guardsmen. West side. Tyrant Guard in shield wall vehicle armor mode. Regenerating health. And here's another Tyrant Guard. Awesome. 1-to-1. Blue team really need to push off from here. They get in the mid. And the southeast is decapped. But can Dark Clown hold? 2 Tyrant Guards in their face potentially now. A level 3 Ravenos. Nasty in melee. With Crippling Talon to slow stuff down. And it messes their damage up. And this for AoE damage. Back to the mid. Warlock leaves. He's level 5. He's done some good chopping. Bloodletter's teleporting on the Shuriken, which does not react. There's the reaction. It's a grenade. Helps to disrupt them. Pretty good damage. Oh, they're down to 1 model all of a sudden. Can they get them on retreat? I think they're going to shoot them down here. Yeah, Bloodletters are wiped. Swift is down to just Chaos Space Marines. They've had a rough old time. They did get to tier 3 though. Could get some Terminators up. Is that a good idea? I think it's probably a decent idea. Help get through the light infantry and also demoralize stuff around them when they kill them. 196 to 394. Double cap for red. They still got this double cap. Adila doing really well on the west side. Maybe they need to rotate mid a bit more though. There's a haywire on the Tyrant Guard from the Warp Spiders. And they do have a Bright Lance. Need to get on it, Adila. Not sure where the Ravener Alpha is now. He's back at base. Bright Lance can finish off that Tyrant Guard, I think. Does really good DPS. And the other Tyrant Guard did not get on it. Yeah, down it goes. Are you going to charge out, buddy? Nope, goes shield wall. Charge was maybe already used. And was on cooldown or something. Noisy's got some Fire Dragons. A Chaos Predator on the way for Swift. And there's tier 3 for Adila. Dragonis also in tier 3. Can they get the tier 3 ball rolling quickly enough, the red team, to hold on? You've got to be capping this, buddies, surely. Ligt is not capping this VP. I believe in German it means light or lit or something. I have no idea what it means in Dutch. Heretics now for Swift to help support his army with worship and stuff. The tank has no mark yet, which I think is smart. They want bodies on the field here. Adila gets tier 3 with double termagants and Raveners. Red team got hit real hard at the end of tier 2. But they are a tier ahead of the blue team. Here's a Autarch being dropped in. Immediately gets rid of the CSM. Interceptors also teleport in. And the Fire Dragons chase. I think they're too far away from the tank. A Lehman Russ dropped in at base here. I think it was just... No, I think that was the global. Because the global drops it at base now. You can't just drop it where you want. Double cap for the blue team. Autarch with a fusion gun getting stuck in. Good versus all targets. Now getting onto the tank. Fire Dragons are there too. It's going to go down, I think. Wow. Just surrounded it with Banshees as well. There's a creeping barrage. Tried to help save the tank, but it was a little bit too late. Swift now has some Terminators though. Can get some Power Fist melee on the... Nope, they're not. They're going to try and smack the Autarch down, and they get her. See that demoralization effect around all that stuff there. Lowers their damage output and increases the damage they take by a few % each time, but it will stack up. There's a double for the blue team. Can they keep control of these VPs, keep them locked down? We have a webway over here. Mid power has been red for a while, I think. Lehman Russ got Executioner, and now we have some Bulgarins up. Cool. Big old slab shields, I think they call them. I'm not sure what these Terminators are up to. Going for a power bash, I suppose. There's energy burst to slow them down, and they teleport away. You need to be really careful with that Lehman Russ. That's all you've got alongside those Bulgarins on the east side to keep your VP safe. Harana formation from Adila does some damage as they burst through the ground. Also provides some really powerful synapse effects around them. More Warp Spiders for Dark Cloud. I guess so. Blue team retain the mid. Red team are creeping up the east side, trying to get this power down, I guess. Interceptors level 2, getting their side cannons. Strats got a level 4, so they're quite dangerous in combat. Looks like blue team are just going to bash this, not try and steal it. And they got to try and take down these capillary towers. Could have gotten the power, I think, with the speed they have here. Shuriken holding the mid, kicking off on the east side. Bullgrins smacking some interceptors who just got their energy back, I think, from the strike squad with their purification. Some cool ways to manipulate energy, the Ordo Malleus, especially the brother captain. Actually, he has the Canticle of Absolution thing, which gives you health and energy regen, I believe. Canticle is so cool. I don't think we've seen it yet. Red team are reeling here. Really are reeling. Bullgrins. Oh, they get away. 15 hit points. They get away. Nemesis Force Halberd for the brother captain is going to die here, though. Down he goes. A level for these guardsmen. Adila's got a Carnifex. It's taken a bunch of damage, though. With Strangled Thorn. Getting chased by Fire Dragons. Oh, they don't get a debuff circle when the Crippling Talon hits them, apparently. Oh, maybe one guy does. Maybe only one model does. Now going after the Warlock. Gets a fancy special. Shield is going to go down in a second. Should just be using the Carnifex in melee here against the Warlock, I think. There's a suppression. But yeah, need to melee that guy if it's a single entity. Tier 3 for Noisy. Ligt is now tier 3 as well. Could get Paladins, of course. He's got plenty of red. Red team have the 2-1 again. With very depleted armies, they are getting on these VPs quite well. Grenade, ouch, was painful for those CSM. Stranglethorn misses its shot. Oh, there's double Bright Lances there. Needs to be very careful. That was a good shot. Crack shot on the Warp Spiders. Global buff from the Warp Spider Exarch, giving range and damage increase. Ravener Alpha goes sneaky mode. Burrow Strike from a Ravener Brood. Yeah, they can't do much against all of this piercing DPS from the Warp Spiders. They could try and Burrow Strike them, I guess, or just get rid of these guys, yeah. On the mid, turning red. Autocannon Terminators in a bad spot. There we go. Pestilent Strike to try and save them. Also have Armor of Pestilence. Didn't stop them for very long, though. Somehow they haven't dropped a model yet. Here come Warp Spiders to help out. They're going to wipe, though, aren't they? Yeah. They must have used a teleport to get to the VP, which is why they couldn't teleport away. Bullgrins on capping duty. Lehman Rush should be able to do good work here if he can keep its distance. CSM get caught. Carnifex is a back at base. It's back at base healing up. There's use your shield. AoE suppression. Does slow down the Ogrins, but it also gives the Bullgrins, sorry, but it also gives them more damage resist and health regen while it's active. Warlock is level 8. He's been pretty badass. Red team hold the mid, though. I mean, they lost some Chaos Terminators, but they hold the mid. They are losing their natural. Here comes a Lehman Russ to have a word with its gun. Repairs from the Guardsmen. And these are level 3 Guardsmen with plasma guns, too. And no slouch. Strike Squad holding on for the cap, I think. Yes. And they're not running. They are super not running. Dragonis with more Ogrins on the way. I don't think you can get more Bullgrins, can you? I think Bullgrins are limited to 1. Which is kind of unfortunate. I don't know why they would be, but I think they are. It seems to be the way of things when you turn one unit into another kind of thing. West side. 122 to 174. Rangers almost wiped by that Strangled Thorn cannon shot. Adila trying to use the... That was a good shot as well, trying to use the line of sight blocker of the garrison there to be annoying, and it kind of worked. Power Blade's Warp Spider wants to fight. It's a bad fight for you, buddy. Carnifex tearing through it. It's not a melee Carnifex, but it's still incredibly dangerous in melee. Paladins are up for Ligt. They are down to 3 units. We have a Neurothrope for Adila. Swift needs to get something on the field, surely. They just purchased something. What was it? Oh, more Terminators. How good would it have been if they had double Terminators right now? Fire Prism on the field for Noisy. Can help keep things off the mid. Plague Champion goes there to level 4. Puts up the Pestilent Strike. The huge amounts of damage resistance. It won't help against the melee of the Warlock though. Gets the decap. I think that's enough. Yeah, run away. Terminator's getting it from a good angle. So are the CSM. Level 4 CSM. Doing some really good DPS. Banshees come running over though. And there's your Paladins. Have the Libo Demonica for Holy Ground. Those heavy melee Nemesis Demon Hammers, but they're up against it here. Bullgrins and Ogrins against them, not to mention the Melter of the Lord General. And the Leman Russ and Guardsman. That's a level 4 Leman Russ as well. How have they not dropped a model yet? Reinforcement from the Vox Operator. They did drop one model, but the Captain's going to go down probably. Maybe? Oh no. The melee stuff couldn't get on him. The Leman Russ was blocking their path, I think. Single cap for red. I can't believe they're still in this game and doing well. Adila pushing up the west side, doing a great job with a hive node up. Something you don't see very often, but that's something that the Ravener Alpha can do by default. Put up these hive nodes. They can blow out a bunch of Tyranid gas stuff that makes it difficult for enemy units to fight, slows down, suppresses, and I think it damages stuff that gets close. And even if you're not close, you can't really shoot into it because it provides some cover. Some damage resist. Plague Champion, level 4. Stuns the Warlock. Gets a couple of more smacks. Fire Prism's a bit too close here. 93 to 132. Swift has no units on the field, just the Plague Champion. I guess those Terminators were wiped. Where the hell did they wipe? Down goes a Fire Prism. At least they got that. Can I see the remains of the Terminators? No idea where that second Terminator squad went. But they're definitely not here. Get some Noise Marines up. Oh, Eldritch. That would have been really nasty if they didn't spot it. But they did. Keeps them off the cat, at least. Guardsman can now go for it. Plague Champion is busy repairing. West side is still red. Adila's done a great job putting pressure here. Neurothrope's going to go down, though. They do. Paroxysm and a rocket run. Rocket run from Dragonis. Ouch. Very painful for Doc. Clown. Almost wiped their entire army, actually. This Carnifex has been amazing. Level 3. Another Carnifex on the way for Adila. Swift with double Noise Marines. Here's a Blastmaster. Going mid, I guess. Got double nukes, says Dark Clown. I don't think it was 2 nukes. I think it was a Paroxysm and a rocket run. Was there other? Maybe there was another nuke I didn't see. Plague Champion capping, level 5 now. Second Carnifex up. Can they afford to upgrade it? They can. Blastmaster should get a decent shot here. Here we go. Yeah, pretty good. Hit those interceptors quite good. Paladins getting onto the Leman Russ. Melter Bomb from the operatives as well. They're gonna get it. Yeah, Mind Blades is up on those Paladins. A global buff from the Brother Captain, making them way more effective in melee, giving them a melee damage bonus and a melee skill bonus. Ogrins have to flee. Bullgrin is still in combat with Use Your Shield. Putting up a really good fight, actually. A really good fight. Interceptors are out of there. Is that Bulwark? I think that's Bulwark. Yeah, Bulwark up on the Paladins. That's really buffing the crap out of these Paladins. Gives a melee damage resistance and a damage bonus. I think it's a 15% damage bonus and a like 35% melee damage resist, something like that. It's pretty good. Relatively cheap as well. I think it's only 20 power to get that thing. Got a Thornback Carnifex here. Gives it more hit points and the ability to spawn Rippers. Adila is locking down this VP and Blue Team are down to 25. Avatar of Cain on the field for Noisy. Paladins doing a huge amount of work, but they're down to just one model. Need to get out of there. Brother Captain, level 6, overseeing the cap on the mid. Plague Champion's out of position. It is indeed double Blast Master Noise Marines, but could be amazing. Ligt now with Grey Knight Terminators on the way. There's the Avatar. Gonna make it tough to cap with the Avatar around from Wailing Doom stuff. And Wailing Doom does knock back Terminators and that kind of thing. Swift with triple Noise Marines. Carnifex in a bad spot. It was a really bad idea for Adila to come this way. Trying to get a flank, of course, but Fire Dragons, level 4 Fire Dragons did outrageous amounts of damage there. Interceptors level 4 as well. Avatar was wailing on it also. 24 to 1, 2, 3. Well done, the red team. Trying to get on the VP as well as the Ravana Alpha himself, level 8. There's a Psych-Out Grenade. Interceptors drawing their melee weapons, which they can do after they get their Psy-Cannons. I think this Carnifex is going to fall. Yeah, it was not a great move by Adila to do that. I mean, they wanted to rotate to mid to help, but they shouldn't have gone for the flank with 2 slow-moving walkers. Was very risky. Orbital from Ligt gets one of the Blastmaster fellas and some friendly fire on the Avatar there. But there's the game. Red team do it. Really, Swift was literally down to 0 units at some point and was down to like 1 or 2 for what felt like 10 minutes or so. Blue team really couldn't hold their VPs, eh? That was very awesome. Level 6 Warp Spider. Level 10 Warlock, it was awesome. Did he die? Yeah. He died going into base, I guess, trying to get a kill. Level 7 Brother Captain. Got some Paladins up. They did a lot of work, but they couldn't do all of it. Still reinforcing. Did get some Granite Terminates. I don't think they saw any action. Ravana Alpha. Adila was very strong on the west side. Had a level 8 Ravana. Swift's Plague Champion did not give up in the mid. And somehow was able to get the caps rolling in. Dragonis was pretty damn solid. The Bulgrins were amazing. Got to level 4. Look at this. 3,200 hit points, you guys. And that Ogrin purchase is kind of genius, actually. To just pile in on the Paladins. And we did have a second Executioner. The Lord General himself got level 9 as well. Hell of a game. Still not sure exactly how the red team won it, but they did. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.